It's pretty much said, I hope you die. I don't know.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I kind of want to pull it up now because it sounds way worse now.
Cole,
but it was the first line. Finish a project. These days it feels like, because there's not only has it been a crazy year, but it just to finish an album with like this different, seems like a different culture these days, because it's just like singles or EPs. I mean, I just dropped an EP and it's way different than an album. It's so different.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good feeling.
It's an awesome feeling, man.
Yeah. How long have you been working on it?
Man, so here's the thing. Sean P. Petro, like he sent me a beat last year, like December. I think it was like December. He's like, like, man, this beat is crazy. So what I did was, I was going through some things at the beginning of the year. So I hit him in like, I think it was like March, April, whatever. And I was like, man, like I wrote a verse to the song, and it was like, hey, well, like, let me hear it. So I like recorded it at another studio. And then I let him hear it. He was like, hey, like you gotta. So
he was feeling it.
Yeah. So like, I think it was like, I know it was during quarantine that we kind of started. I think it was like April, May, June. Like June, we started working together.
So y'all did it kind of fast though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, but I mean, it was fast.
Yeah.
But I'm here. Like, this is literally my second home. Like, I'm here all the time.
Yeah. That's how it's supposed. I mean, I haven't been able to do that in so long. Just like dive into it. That's such a good feeling to be able to do. I had a album come out in 2016, and I was in the studio like nonstop for like, it felt like 6 months or something crazy. Yeah. Just to come up with 10 like really good songs. It's a crazy thing. It's interesting.
See, but here's the thing, like our chemistry is so good. Like he'll like, I know he told me, he was like, hey, like send me some songs, like your 10 favorite songs or whatever. So I sent them to him and sample them. It's like, man, like some of the beats, the Friday beat that you just heard.
Yeah. I love the vibe.
I was sitting right here and he made it.
Yeah, right in front of you.
Right in front of me.
You start writing while he was making it?
Nah, see, my process is kind of different. Yeah. Like, I like to go home. They laugh at me all the time. Like, I'll go home and just turn out all the lights and just like listen to the music in the dark.
I love that.
Yeah.
So much. I've been doing that, except for I have a glass of wine while I'm doing it. And it actually just like helps you just like loosen a little bit, and you just listening alone. Do you live alone?
Nah, I have a roommate, my cousin. Yeah. Okay. We are going through this thing together.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I was just saying that because I live alone, so there's like no distractions, and it changes the music writing process.
Absolutely.
Because I've also been in studios with producers producing stuff, and it's kind of cool to try to write to it in the moment, but it's also, you got to be really comfortable to like write what you want to write. I guess.
Yeah. I just feel like it's an intimate process.
Yes.
Like
so much so.
Like lights off everything, and everything else is pretty much a distraction. So it's like just you and the music. So what can you come up with? And I'm like, man. So I made that. Like, sounds like, listen, like
Let's
this
make
is
an album.
it. Yeah, this is it.
I love it.
This is it.
Let me I guess before we go too much further, introduce you. I think that's probably smart. Yeah. What's going on? My name is Cole Connor. Welcome back to the Cole Connor podcast. I want to make sure that, or I'm going to let you actually introduce yourself and tell the people who you are and where to check you out first off.
Okay. Well, I'm Toni Esther. Now they calling me Toni 2.0 because of the album. Just country girl, raised in Lamar, moved to Florence, grew up in Florence. Now I'm here in the Mid in Columbia.
How long you been here?
Man, I've been here since May. Like, I moved here in May.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I'm going to school up here, so I was always like back and forth.
How old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah. Is that too personal? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's personal, man.
Okay.
Nah, but I'm in my 20s. I'm gonna say 20s. That. Yeah.
Me too.
I'm gonna say that. I'm in my 20s. Yeah. I've been going to school, USC.
You been going there, or this is your first year there?
This is my last year. last year grad school, believe it or not.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, last year grad school. So man, I'm like, oh shoot, like what do I do? Like this music thing, I absolutely love it, but
it's tough. How long you been doing music?
Man, for like 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Has it been like everything into it 2 years, or has it has been just your spare time 2 years?
Not everything has been into it. I grew up in the church, man. Like I always had a musical influence. Like my dad was in like quartet groups.
I could hear
and
that
everything.
and what I've heard. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so it's like it's always been there. But I know a lot of my friends like that I grew up with. They're like, hold on, I remember you was in the church. Like now you just like, but you're actually dope. Like it was always there. It was just, that church thing. Like you can't, in the South it's a little different.
It is a little different.
So I'm like, man, I'll step out. So I've always done music, but like seriously, like grinding hard for 2 years.
2 years. I started doing. Actually, I didn't start. I transitioned into Christian music. Actually, I did that for when I was like 18 to about 20, and I started making music when I was like 17.
Wow.
And I'm 27 now, so I've been doing it for a minute. But there was a moment where it was just I had like 2 albums that were just Christian. And it was different.
So what do you do now? Like
I just write whatever I want.
Oh, see, that's dope, man. That's free. That's freeing.
Yeah,
like, for
it
real.
It is. I was just telling Sean, the last album I came out with. So I don't know what you've heard of mine, but Soda in 2016 was a hip hop album. My album before that was it was rap with a little bit of hip hop, and that was in 2013. But my last album was just like it was still like rap and hip hop, but it's a lot of auto-tune, a lot more singing, and I'm like writing like punk style songs right now. It's just I've grown so much as an artist in general that's just fun now to just like I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm just like, you just make what you want to make. What makes you happy.
Oh man, that's the best feeling, man.
It's such a good feeling. It really is.
So do you call yourself an artist or like hip hop art? Because
go ahead.
With me, like I call myself an artist.
Yeah, I'd much rather say that.
Yeah.
For a long time, I said hip hop artist. I think because it was my focal point, and also because I'm a white rapper, I didn't want to come off as like a frat rapper, so I would always say I'm a hip hop artist.
Yeah.
And because I hung out with so many people who were legit hip hop artists from the culture, that it just it became who I was.
Yeah.
But now I can do so much more, and I don't stick to that same box.
Yeah.
But it's just hip hop was like the core of what I represent. So it's it's such a different thing when you see people kind of like dabble into rap when it's not what they came from, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that I like grew up in the streets, but I'm saying that there was when I was becoming an artist, really, hip hop was the core of it. So I don't know,
the cultural influences.
Yeah,
man. It's dope.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but it's dope.
No, you can cuss on this. Yeah, it's whatever.
My bad.
No, you're good. But yeah. So I would say artist. What makes you say artist versus hip hop artist or whatever?
It's a number of things, man. One, like my influences, like I love Sam Cooke. Like like
Classic.
Marvin Gaye, like that type of stuff. Like I love hip hop too. Don't get me wrong, but it's just the soul. Like I feel like
I love the soul.
Carolina, period. Like it's just filled with so much soul. So it's like, man, like I just don't want to get stuck in a box of like just hip hop.
Yeah,
because a lot of I'm singing on the track too.
Yeah,
so it's like I'm more than just hip hop.
Yeah, it's singing is very interesting. And it's so different. I got bogged down in wanting to prove how much I could rap for so long that I'm not saying I'm let's not bogged down. What's the word? Like tired of it a little bit maybe, but it's like sometimes I just don't want to tell a story, and I don't want to just tell you that I'm the shit. I want to like tell you how I feel, like really, and like sing it.
Man, I get you cold.
I think we're on the same wave here.
Yeah,
it's a big difference.
Yeah.
What I've been thinking a lot about is how it's like it's a feeling is what I'm trying to create.
Absolutely.
When someone presses play,
Yeah.
it's like I want them to feel what I'm feeling. But sometimes with rap songs, it doesn't always come off the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it depends on how you write, how you tell your story.
Yeah. See, my thing is, believe it or not, like my dad is a heavy country fan. Like country music. Yeah. And me listening to that is like, I love the storytelling process.
Mm-hmm.
So
of country music.
Yes.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, it does do a great job of that. Yeah. Yes. There's like small stories that they tell, and it doesn't have to have a lot of lyrics, but they're impactful. Obviously.
Yeah. So that process, I'm like, man, I want to do that. Like, I want to tell stories.
Mm-hmm.
I understand, like, you know, I can tell my story and this and that, but just telling stories
in general.
It's just a whole nother thing, man. Like telling a story, making people feel that, because it's like once you tell that story, it's like you're telling my story or you're telling their story, and they feel it a different way. So
that's so true. It reminds me of Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Is your dad a fan of Johnny Cash?
Yeah.
There's one song by him called actually don't know what it's called, but it's like Cats in the Cradle and the Silver Spoon, or he's pretty much talking about his
I know
son,
what you're talking about.
What I'm talking about. And it just tells that story of like being a father and son and like growing up and the reversal of roles kind of.
Yeah.
But it's so simple. And that's what's like beautiful about it. But I don't know, it's cool. I like exactly what you're saying, like getting to those roots, that kind of story. It doesn't necessarily have to be like about your life, but being able to tell that story is pretty important.
Yeah, I love it, man. And if I can do that through hip hop, through soul, through whatever, like I usually call myself soul hop. I'm like, a new wave.
Yeah, it makes sense too. And the music you make, I didn't get to hear the whole album, but I listened to 4 or 5 songs from your 2019 one. That was what was it? A Jar with No Lid. A Jar with No Lid, which I like that concept a lot. And then I listened to Soul Glow. And one thing just about really, as I just listened to all of those, it was like, your voice like stands on top of the beat, which I like. I'm not talking about from like a mixing perspective, but like, no. Like your voice is powerful, and I always felt like my voice was like that. It's like you have a different sound to it, and it doesn't sound like every other person. And you're able, I was just talking to Sean about it, or he was talking to me more so, saying how you can change your voice so much. And that's one of the things I love to do is like, I can come on like, yo, what up? And then I can like sing and like, right, have that high pitch. But that's one thing I really noticed in your, the production that you chose, you have space to let people hear you. I really like that. Was that like purposeful? Is that how you like to make it?
Nah, man. Yeah. I just go with the flow, like, and sometimes he'll tell me, "Hey, sing something, like sing something." Like, all right, like, man, I love that. Like, so I'm like, I just like, I don't know, like it just come off like that. I just feel it a certain way, and I'm like, let me jump on the mic and do this. It's crazy because like I'll be recording, and I'll just sit here like, all right, I'm ready. He's like, all right, let's go. Because he knows, I feel like he knows me now. Yeah. So he's like, all right, you ready now?
It's special to work with someone like, as they get to know you as an artist, because it can be uncomfortable at first. Yeah. But once you start like working deep with them, it's important. Especially if they don't influence what you write. I think it's important if you can be comfortable enough to be like, I don't like that. Or, oh, I get it. But also, respect their opinion and stuff like that. That's a cool dynamic to be building.
Yeah, because I tell them, man, if I'm trash, you better tell me.
Yeah.
Don't let me leave out of this room and I'm trash.
Exactly. They gotta look out for you like that. That's why. A team in this world is important. I know right now I'm not really particularly working with anybody, and it's very different. Yeah, it's very different. Yeah. But I like it personally. I don't really want anyone to be like right now. I'm not. I know you said you've been doing it for a while technically, but I've been doing it seriously, like pursuing it for literally 10 years. Wow. So it's like since I started, I was like, I'm going to do this. Yeah. And I say that to say that I'm just in a stage now where I'm like, I don't really care if anyone else doesn't like it. If I feel good about it, then I'm gonna do it. So I don't want any influence on that.
Yes. Music is therapy, man.
Yes, exactly. I think that's the biggest thing. For you, how's it therapy?
Writing. I feel like writing and like getting it out how I feel. Not only that, like hearing people say, hey, like this song really like changed my life, or like this, and I'm like, what? Really? It wasn't that. They're like, no, like this is, and it's like people it's like people telling me, hey, this is really good, and I'm like, I don't see it that way, but they're like, like this is really good. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I guess
it's good.
So it's just like just hearing different people's perspective of what it is and like how it made them feel, how it makes me feel. Like that is so like great to me. That's a great feeling.
It's an amazing feeling. And what's even cooler is when you create what you want to create and tell those like stories or even the different sounds that you experiment with, and then they connect too, because you go out on a limb by doing that when you challenge yourself and do different things. So when someone connects, it's like it's a win.
Like it's music is a language. It's like music is literally everything.
Yeah. For a while, I love that you said that. For a while, I forgot that for a second, because I had my own business, and I was like trying to figure out how to navigate this world, kind of like what you're talking about with grad school. You're like, what do you do? And when I was 23, I started a business, and I had to dive into it to like survive, to make money. And it was so exhausting, and I kind of lost that connection with music. And over the past year, I've been able to reconnect with it, and now it feels like it is everything. Again, it's just I'm listening to so much music, and I'm having so many emotions, so many feelings. It's important. It is. I think music's important. Man,
you hear I'm hearing you talk about it. It's crazy.
The emotion part is a big part. Are you someone that you kind of dive into your feelings a lot?
In real life, no. But musically, yes. Like, because I'm like the stuff that I talk about in my music isn't that like me. I got 10,000 chains. I got, you know what I mean. It's not that. Like, it's like how do I feel? How do I want you to feel? Like, it's those things. Like, Soul Glow. I got a real good thing and I can't let it go. Like that, like making somebody feel good, like turning it on, like, okay, this is how I want to start my day.
Yeah.
You know, I do have breakup songs too. Like my song Red Flag. It's about
I don't think I heard that one.
Yeah, man.
I need to check that one out.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it on one of my other projects, but I released it as a single.
Okay, got it.
I was going through a bad breakup and just put it out there. Yeah. And like girls like it. Like they love it. But man, like it was just the way that I felt at the time. So
It's I think it's like the therapy type of thing. For me, I'm an emotional person, so it's fun for me to like dive into the emotion.
Good. Don't change. Don't change.
I can't do it. It's me at this point. Yeah. But it's just it's fun for me almost to like break down like, why am I feeling like this, and then kind of put it into a song. I wrote some. I'm not going through a breakup, but I've gone through a breakup over the past 6 months. I don't even know if I should say this what I wrote. But it just I use my notes app. What do you use to write? You use like pen and paper or
notes? I use notes. I use pen and paper, and then sometimes I'm just here and I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, you just kind of like write on the fly. Yeah. It was just funny though, because the first line, it goes into other stuff, but it was like it's pretty much, I wish I could remember the exact words, damn it. But it was just like, it's pretty much said, I hope you die. I don't know.
Wait a minute.
I kind of want to pull it up now because it sounds way worse now. But it was the first line. The first line. Oh, no, here it is. So if you read if you're scrolling through, that's what it says. I don't really hate you, but I hope you die.
Oh my God.
But it says, I don't really hate you, but I hope you die, thinking about all the times you tried to hurt my mind. So it's not like I really hope you die, but it's like when you die, I hope you're thinking about how you fucked me up.
Oh my God, no.
But I keep seeing that and I just laugh to myself. Yeah, it's like,
yeah.
It's a win. But I love the Notes app. I just love how it like connects to.
Yeah, that's crazy. Things. I gotta listen to that song. I gotta listen.
That's all I wrote. Half the time I write stuff while I'm driving in the car, and I was just like, I don't hate you, but I do hope you die. And I was like, that's good. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, gosh,
it's harsh. Yeah, I know it's so harsh. I'm being dramatic to anyone who sees this. It's just that's what's fun about music is you can be really dramatic sometimes.
I love it though.
Yeah,
I don't hate you, but I hope you die.
Yeah, I wrote a song on the last project that was about a moment where an ex pulled a knife on me, and it was like such a dramatic moment. But almost as soon as it happened, I was like, "That's gonna be a good song." And do you have moments like, I mean, not to pull the knife, but like where you're like, "That's gonna be a good song."
Yeah, me and Sean already talk about like the next album.
Mm-hmm.
We already got the like concept of everything, and he like. I told him about my breakup and everything, like it was a nasty breakup. Yeah, and I told him how everything happened. He's like, ooh, I can't wait to write this one. Like, I can't wait
that
for you
pain.
To put it. That
pain is powerful.
Yeah, I'm excited about 2.0, but I'm also excited about the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
isn't that funny how it is? It's like as soon as you finish something, it's like you're excited about it still, but you're already like, I already know I can step it up a whole nother.
I'm going to kill the next one.
Yeah, exactly. You like learn from your mistakes, and you're just getting better and better and better and better.
Yeah, I'm well, not necessarily joke, but I say like this one is going to get us to the Grammys because power is in your words.
That's so true. Manifest it.
Yeah. I said this one is going to get us to the Grammys, but the next one is going to get me my Grammy. So
I love it.
Yeah,
that confidence is key with all this stuff. Because it's such a mind game. This music game, this thing. It's like you have to believe. You have to believe that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I mean, there's so many artists out there, and it's easy to get down about it. But once you like start building that team and you just like manifest it, it can really happen. I mean, anything can happen these days with the internet. I mean, sheesh.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But my thing is, I like face to face. Like. A lot of people, I'll go to them and just sit down and have a conversation. And they're like, wait, you're pretty dope. Like, I like you, your personality. It's like, yeah.
Conversations are important. That's why I like this this podcast. Because it makes me go out and do this.
Yeah.
I was talking to Sean when we were setting this up. And I was like, this is what that is for me, because I can be antisocial without it, or like I'm just like I live alone.
Me too, man. I'm an introvert.
I live alone. I'm working and I'm making music and I make videos and stuff, and so like I may never see anybody unless it has to do with something. So this forces me. Oh, and speaking of that, you are the first person on the podcast that I've never met until this moment.
Wait.
Which is cool. That's cool. Yeah. So this is legit our first conversation. Which I think is really cool. Everybody else they wanted to be on it. I knew them. Or I kicked it with them, whatever. So that's a cool moment. Being able to have these conversations with people that you don't know.
I know, man. You're interesting. That song I Hope You Die. I'm like, I'm ready to hear it now. So man, I'm
maybe I need to have you on that song.
Let's go.
We'll just make something dope together. But I mean the conversation thing it's just important to like people have to think you're dope too, and it's how they. For me, this is how people get to know me on a deeper level, and then I get to know other people, and then they get to know you as well.
Absolutely.
That's what this whole thing's about. I haven't interviewed, or I don't even call it an interview. It's just like half the time I'm talking, most of the time anyways.
Yeah.
So it's like we're just chatting. But I haven't interviewed someone that has like a big ego yet, and I'm wondering how that will go. Ego in the sense of like they think that they're so fucking good, and like it is such a huge pleasure for them to be in my presence type of thing.
I do think I'm good, don't get me wrong, but I'm very humble. I'm very humble, man.
I feel that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I just feel like the way I see a lot of rap these days in South Carolina, it's like, man, I just want to be great. Like, you see the J. Cole, you see Rhapsody, you see Nick Grant, he's from South Carolina. Like the whole Dreamville. Like we have it here. Like we're so versatile. We have the coal, like hey. You know? So it's like, man, I just want to be great. Like that's it. That's it. Everybody's great in their own way. Rennie Rucci, like we have everybody here.
Yeah, there's a lot. If you could make $40K off just doing music, would you do that?
Yep.
Just do it full time. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think I would too. I mean, I would try to make more, but
it's all about you being happy though.
Exactly. That's really what it's about. Just imagine every day you don't have to worry about anything else. But just, making music, living life, being inspired, making more music.
Exactly. 40K, man, give me my 40K. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Seriously, I listen to a lot of podcasts as well. And I listened to one the other day where it's two it was two artists that I had listened to growing up who were like frat rappers, and it hit me, or I just kind of like forgot about them, and they were like college parties, all those type of people, but they got millions of views, and they ended up like going on tours and hitting all the colleges, and they were people that. At the time, I was like 18, and I was like looking up to these dudes. I'm like, I don't know how they're not much more talented than I am. Yeah. But they're making it. What was so interesting though is, almost 10 years later, or like 8 years later, they're not, famous. Yeah. But they're living off of it. And it just was very, very interesting to hear their conversation about how there's the struggles they have, even as being. They're not famous, but they are living off of it. But it just shows that it's possible. Yeah. But it also shows how easy that people can lose it. Yeah. Which is another interesting thought.
Yeah, it's that feeling, man. Like, I mean, you can get discouraged very easily, because you'll be grinding so hard and you don't get as many views or many streams or whatever. But I just feel like you have to love what you do. It's just like working a regular 9 to 5. Like
it is.
It's very discouraging. However, if you don't love it, it's not going to be there. Like you're not going to have the passion to do it. Yep. So with music, like I really have the passion to do it. Like, that's my thing. Like I just feel like I can do this for the rest of my life, man. Like as long as I feel good doing it, why not?
That's fantastic. That's something that. For me, I think it comes and goes in waves, maybe, but maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. I do it. I have like the whole way here. I was writing songs in my head, and I was just listening to music and listening to beats, and it was dope. I felt really good about it. But I think if I had to treat it like a 9 to 5, I wouldn't like it, but it would definitely be a lot more discouraging sometimes, or just like, I don't fucking feel it today. I don't feel it. I'm trying to feel it, but I don't feel it. But now what's kind of cool is, I can make money and like go throughout my day, but I'm constantly being inspired by things that are happening. Or like, I just grabbed a bag this week, and I'm like thinking about, I'm the shit. Yeah, I just did that. And you can kind of write about living your life. It's just like a different way to look at it.
So let me ask you a question. Like when you were doing the music, like, see, I'm switching roles now, man. But I just want to know. Yeah, no, you can. Like, so when you're doing the music, what was your circle? Like the people around you? Because you was like, I just don't feel it today. So what was your circle like? Were they like encouraging you, like, oh, let's keep it going? Or...
Okay, I see what you're saying. I would never. So how do I explain this? When I was like 21 to like 24, I rolled with this crew called New Success Culture, New SC, and Fat Rat the Czar. I don't know if you know him. You don't know him? Okay. Anyways, he's like the godfather of Columbia hip hop. Like he's been around for a long time, and I never said that to them, probably because I don't know. We rolled so close. I didn't feel like that. I was like always inspired, like in those moments.
Yeah.
What I'm telling you is that I feel that way, like internally, and I may be like, I just don't fuck with what I wrote. I don't feel like good about it. I can always force something, but feeling good about it's different.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What about you?
Man, like being here, like I said, I met Sean last year. He was doing his own show, So Long Summer, and I hit him an email. Like me, I didn't have like a whole team or anything, so I went through Eventbrite. That's how I would pretty much book my shows. Like I'll email the person to see if like I can perform for free.
Smart, actually.
Like
that's a tip.
Yeah, I didn't have a booking agent or anything. I just did everything myself.
Yeah.
So that's how me and him met. But and I got here, like he played me West B's track or whatever, another artist that comes here. And man, like I was like man, I hate you right now because I wanted that beat. But but ever since then it's like we're both connecting people. And like that has been my team, and everybody is like encouraging me, and we're encouraging each other. Like we're here sometimes like 5:30 in the morning, man. Like sitting down talking about our next moves and what we're gonna do to like get this done. And,
I know the feelings so well.
So it's like we're really grinding right now. So it's like, man, I need that. And people like, you gotta surround yourself with like-minded people. You do. In order to get to that next level. Because I can't sit around people who's like, nah, that ain't like, you don't need to be doing this. Like, nah, you. So now I feel like I tell people all the time, this is the best album of 2020. Because I know what, I know what all we put into it.
That's really important. Especially the people thing you're saying. I've had to shed so many people because they're not thinking the same way. It's really hard to find, honestly, people that think similar, and that like fit in your life at that moment in time or whatever. But when you find it, I encourage you to hold on to it because it's important.
Because people tell me all the time, they're like, listen, I believe in you. So they hear that, it's like, man, I want to go another step. I want to go higher. Like I've had people like done things for me free, like just because they're like, listen, I believe you can make it. Like, let's go, like do this.
Not everybody gets that.
I know. Yeah. I'm very blessed, man.
Seriously, that's I'm one of the people that got that, and no, not everybody gets it at all, and it is actually I would say a very small percentage of people get it. Anyone other than your mom believing in you, it's like it's a big deal. So that's really cool, but also sometimes you don't know what to do with it.
Absolutely.
It's a tricky thing.
Yeah, man. Sometimes it's a little scary, but I know like it's kind of like a barter system too. Like you do this for me, I do it for you. I'm like, I mean, that's fine. I'm cool with it. Like we both can like build each other up.
Value. You bring value to the table.
I don't have any problem with that, man.
No, that's I wrote down a list of things I don't like about myself the other day.
See, man, I love that, man.
I mean, I'm trying to make a video on it. I haven't been able to finish it yet, but one of the things was I only build relationships that help me in my career or fiscally help me with money. And that was like a real moment I'd have with myself and be like, is that fucked up? I don't know. How am I fucked up for that? Because I don't know for sure, unless it's a woman or my mom or my sister or my dad or something. But outside of like family, that's pretty much how it is. It's like you got to bring me some value because I'm bringing you value no matter what. So I don't know. I thought it was an interesting thought.
Listen, everybody is not gonna do that, so I applaud you for that, because they'll talk about write the bad things about themselves. Like they'll write the good, like, just to make themselves feel good.
I'm amazing.
But, so for you to write the bad, man, and be like, oh, let me check myself for a little bit. That's great, man.
It's important. I'm on a journey right now trying to become my best self. I've probably said it on this podcast a lot of times. The people are probably annoyed at me talking about it, but I think it's important if you have things that you don't like about yourself to fix them, or to at least attempt to fix them. So that's like in the space I'm in, rather than just being like, I really don't like that I do that. 10 years later, you know, I still don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's a process, man. Life is a whole process.
It really is. That is so true. Well, let's transition a little bit to the actual album. Toni 2.0. That's the name of it.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited, man.
Yeah. So tell me what this project means to you.
I'm a big feminist. Let me just say some things about myself. I'm a big feminist. So this album, transitioning from A Jar with No Lid, it was like 7 songs. I'm rapping about some things. But this one, the first song on the album is called Girl from Carolina. It's just like an influence of UNITY. It's a sample of UNITY.
Okay.
Queen Latifah. It's just basically me like just saying, girl from Carolina. Would have knew the girl from Carolina ruled the world. Would have knew the girl from Carolina. Just ruling my own world. Just being me, man. Just being confident. Just this and that. And then some of the other songs like, you know, I got songs that tell stories. I got songs that sound like a strip club anthem.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, like I got a love song on there.
Nice.
So it's like Toni 2.0 is not just one person. It's me, man.
It's like a mixture of all your different selves, maybe.
Yeah, it's a mixture. Like it's like you were saying earlier. Like I don't sound the same on every song.
Yeah.
So it's like getting to know me is like different sides, not necessarily like. I'm gonna call it like different personalities, man.
Nice, yeah.
Like to a woman, like we're not one. Even not just a woman, but a man. Always like it's us. Like it's never just one person of just who we are.
So many different sides. I heard the other day that there is. I'm gonna skip the whole story. The main part was that no one sees, like. Nobody will ever see the you that you see. Yeah. Because you only know, even if you have some wife or husband for 50 years, you're the only person that sees you. That's to me, it's just kind of like you're putting out a project that kind of portrays that.
Yeah, so it's
or an attempt.
I know I'm kind of like going around in circles with this, but it's like that's how it is. Like we're never one person. Like as we like progress and grow, like we begin to know ourselves and what that is. And like on the album, you know, I do have, like I said, a script club anthem and
there's
talking about different things. Yeah, so it's like becoming a new person, becoming a woman, like just knowing who I am and just. You know, feminism.
Sounds empowering.
Yeah. 2.0. Like,
exactly.
Let's take it up a notch. Like, sexuality, like just exploring myself, exploring everything else.
I mean, that's part of growing up too. That's huge.
Yeah. I love it.
I mean, it really is. It's so much happens in your 20s. And that you learn about yourself. So that's sounds interesting. Sean was telling me it has some of that. I mean, sexual vibes in it. So I'm interested to see how that sounds.
Yeah. Like it's me like growing up. Like I said, just knowing who I am, coming out of a bad breakup. So it's like. I'm gonna describe it like that. You know how you come out of a breakup and it's like, man, like who am I now? Because I've been with this person. If you've been in a long relationship, it's like it was always you and that person, and now it's like you're free. So I'm in that moment of, man, I'm so free right now. I can do whatever I want to do. I'm about to just wild out a little bit, like, and that's what Toni 2.0. I hate to say it, but that's what it is.
Those are moments that everybody goes through. I mean, I did the same thing after my breakup. It's like you're just kind of like, fuck it. And then, I mean, for me, I was just kind of like, all right, I'm bored. Or it's like too much energy at a certain point. But some people do it for forever. And it's really whatever floats your boat.
It's a ball of emotions, man. Like, it's a ball of emotions, but it's like, I feel good. Like, this is what it is. Like, I'm getting money. I'm I got a song on there it's like a Bonnie and Clyde reference, and it sounds so good. I think I'm gonna turn that into a movie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
I'm a huge film dude. I don't know if you've seen anything I've done, but I'm a freelance videographer as well. That's how I make money. And I love mixing that with music. Yeah. It's so fun, but it's so time consuming to do both.